Eric Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're going to be making a part with SCORE. You've heard it in the intro. And this one's going to be a bit different. I'm going to be playing the part in, and then I'm going to show you the MIDI editing process that I go through. There's a lot of little things I do, little considerations, things I notice that I'm like, oh, I messed that up, or I got to fix this. If you don't play piano, you can kind of see how you might take a buddy who does play piano, but maybe they're not the greatest, and how you can sort of tune up their performance to work pretty well and get a good result out of it. So let's open up SCORE, look at, find a good sound, and write a part. So that's positive proceeding. Oh my word. Yeah, not that one. I don't know. Let's just find some chords. So if you have a channel selected, you can go up here to Tools, and then there is, I think it's under Macros. Where is it? Here it is. Score Logger, dump score log to selected pattern. I grabbed the last 5 minutes because that's pretty handy. Oh, it even grabbed the kick drums from earlier. That's before I started recording. Let's look over here. There, I had this little dabble here that sounded pretty cool, but it's really messy. See, that's so uneven. This is the part that kills me, is that my gosh dang hands don't know how to keep a steady rhythm. And I also have no idea if I even kept the same tempo, and I kind of played a completely different idea than the one I was thinking of. But I like this idea a lot, so we're gonna run with this one. Also, I gotta say, this piano sound, this is a nice sound. The verb. That's so nice. That's a nice sound. I need to go through more of the presets. This is a really nice preset. I don't think I want these first two. Anyways, let's continue. Hey, look at that. That's not that bad. I mean, that's just a shift over, but you know, I'm okay. I'm way off the mark here. So this is some other tempo. If you quantize straight up, we will lose this wonderful phrase here. That it flows really nice. And for that reason, I think I will deal with the pain of nudging every single thing by hand. It's never that fun to do, but usually the results are worth it. So let's see. I tend to try to stick mostly to the grid because it just tends to work out more down the line. But stuff like this, if you quantize it, you're going to need to pick a smaller grid or something. You're going to totally lose the magic, man. So I'm going to go through by hand. It also means these little strum patterns will kind of be more on point when you do them. But see this one? We kind of want the average start to be around where this line's at. So let's get these all figured out. It's going to be a... Oh, this was already pretty good. So this should be, right? This is kind of what we're aiming for. If we listen with a metronome, so we hear how it will sound. And then you hear the delay coming in there, so we can go through, fix these things. Oh, that one was really bad. Look at how far these are off. Oh my gosh, we might need to do an entire nudge to the whole thing, like this thing. Do I want this to hit on the beat? Yeah, that should be like that maybe? I don't know, let's see. Oh, that's me being a crappy player. Okay, well, let's fix that. I'm just gonna steal the previous one. It was fine. One good take becomes two. These are so far off. Oh my gosh. Fix these. Nudge them all at the beginning. That first one's pretty set. That's pretty good. This one's too far now. Inconsistent tempos. This is why I probably should have done this to a metronome. A lot of little things here. We got this, we got this, we got this. Just some big nudges. It's fine. I was playing a little bit slower than my tempo. How do I hit over here? Boom. That's how, and there's a little bit of a space. We're a little bit off. We're a little more on this side of the beat. There's a gap here. I think that gap's important. Yeah, that gap's an important gap. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Have I learned this rhythm yet? I have not. I know I want this to hit here. It takes a full beat. Oh, this is off by a lot. This should be over here. And this is going to hit, and then we have this. It hits strong right on the beat pretty much. There's a gap, a little gap, and then we come in. This is a rhythm. Perfect. That's good. I mean, obviously that's not good. We're going to fix that. Do I want a C here? Kind of sounds like it should be a D. Nope. Needs to be a C. Maybe this is what I want. Let me fix more these timings. We do get the beautiful velocity data, and now I've got the gist. You come over here, slightly on this side, you hit the beat harder, there's a gap, then we hit the downbeat, and we can see they're slowly getting more and more off, which is fine. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Grab this, move it on over, grab it, move it on over, grab it, move it on over, eyeball each one, push it over. You hold Alt, by the way, to just... I don't know if I don't need to be holding Alt. I hold Alt out of habit. A lot of programs... Oh no, you hold Alt here to make it so you can snap it off the grid. That's why I'm holding Alt. I knew I was holding it for some reason. That's how you know you've used a program for a really long time. You'll hold the commands and you forget what they even do. You just know you have to push it to do it. Oh, this is a weird one. I'm pretty sure I just messed it up because I was thinking about what I was going to do next. I think I want something like this. The same rhythm. I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't know. Let's find out. You see how low this velocity is? That means I did not mean to play that, which means it is the same rhythm. I'm not that great at playing sometimes. Yep, that is exactly what I wanted. Let's continue. I like to use longer takes because I tend to just have a better sense of progression, you know? Like, things stick out to me in ways they wouldn't stick out to me otherwise. And because of that, I like to use these longer takes. This here, the overlap, I think I meant to have these overlap. I guess we'll see. These are all so far off. We just move them all over at once. These could come back a smidge. That's already good. Let's see how this plays out. It's just more musical. See that one, obviously the rhythm And then this is another one of those, how loud is this note? That's, I'm not sure that note's doing. Pretty sure this was meant to be held. We might make it short. But I just, you know, when you play stuff in, I tend to have more connected melodies. Things go to places that make more sense. Typing stuff in, I'm just less likely to do some of these things. It's actually a pretty cool afterthought. Put it over here. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum. We can do it again over here. That could be pretty nice. Align these up. That I don't think I thought about doing when I played it. I think we wanted another note here. I mean, we could do that. If we do that though, this needs to hit closer and this needs to land here. And then this should be over here. I kind of want an F. Maybe I'll make this one ever so slightly softer. Make him like an echo. I don't know, an afterthought? Not an afterthought, an echo. Ha, that's not good. Let's move it over. We know the rhythm now, though. We know the rhythm. No, it's something like this. One of those. We grab these, move them over. Oh, we forgot this. Guess we'll align it ourselves. Oh, that's good. Pretty good, pretty good. Finally got that rhythm down the way I want it. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Move these on over. Maybe a little more of a nudge. And so the average is closer to that. Bit of a gap. Mind the gap. Move these over. Ooh, that was pretty close. See, it's odd. Some of these line up. I guess I'm just that bad at tempo. Move these around. I think the strumming, though, is pretty good. We'll have these over here. This will come over. A little bit more on this side. That'll hit. There'll be a gap. I played early on this one. This one was really botched. Not even the chord lined up with the melody note. There's a bit of a metronome dislike here. Some of these, let me go through. This is why you should do it with a metronome. I don't remember if I moved these or not. I think I did adjust these. This is too much. There's too much variation in this one. I'm going to pull these back. That's why you want to edit to a metronome. If you're ever going to add drums or anything, you're going to want to make sure that a click, if it doesn't work with a click, it ain't going to work with drums, man. So you're going to want to adjust things accordingly. This is a little early. I'm going to just push that back. Wow, that one's way far off the mark. We'll pull these forward a touch. We'll pull this back, and then this should be over here, I believe. And this, there's a mistake here. I don't know if I meant to play a G. I mean, it's a C, so I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be Fs. And one of these notes, that's a high, that's a high, that's a high. See how these are all grouped similarly, but then this one random one, that's not supposed to be there. So it's supposed to be these notes. I want to keep the velocity variation, so I just changed the notes. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so we can take this whole thing, and you see we've got sort of two melodies, this like shorter, snappier one. ba-ba-dum-ba-dum. And then there's this other version that's ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na, that kind of thing. This should work pretty well as a loop. All right, we're gonna move this part now over to the start of the piece. Now you can't just Control A, Control X, and Control V. Like you can, but if you do that, you get this result. Move it all the way over, where things are offset because these notes don't perfectly line up on the first measure. So there's these little gaps. If you add drums or other parts, it's not gonna work out. The way we did it over here, and this is why we edited it with a metronome, this will totally work because the average is around where these start. So it'll sound like it's on the beat and you get that nice human effect. So you can't copy paste it because it'll always have this issue with starting at wherever this first note starts. You could make this first measure perfect and ensure that the first note is back here. It's kind of a concession though. And so what we can do is we could select it all and just drag it over where we want it to start. So now if we look at this, they still have the variation that we want and they still line up. And so that's what I like to do. Then in the part, if we come in, we'll go ahead, we'll make this like white. So what we could do is we can add a marker at measure 2 and make it the actual start because our measures are going to be off by 1 now if we start here at measure 2. So we'll call this the start. And if you right click, you can give a marker an action. So I'm going to call it start. And now it's been set up and there's a spot at the beginning. You could sort of think of it as like measure -1 and the grid will line up. So if you rely on the highlighting on the grid and all those things, all that stuff will line up, but you can still keep it sort of how you like it. So let's go ahead and hear this thing in action. Let's go ahead, let's bring this up. Here's our final result. So there you go. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. Do you have other things you like to try out when you're working with MIDI editing, working with a virtual piano? Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos and have a blessed day.